So today I think the competitors need to concentrate on enjoying it, getting the most out of the day, learning as much as they possibly can, focusing on what they need to deliver rather than what everyone else around them is doing, and really make sure they concentrate on the techniques that they're delivering and the flavour of everything that they cook. The flavour is king.
So I chose to enter the Graduate Awards because I've worked with quite a few people who have done it, achieved it, got highest achiever, so it's kind of just been on the list to check off for quite some time.
So I've basically done the Graduate Awards for 3 years now, and every year something or the other has come up, whether it's been COVID or just something or the other. So I finally got to the final again, and I hope that I could have made it through this year, but it's always a great honour to get to the final at least, so if anything.
I decided to do the Graduate Awards again because I did it 2 years ago, didn't make the mark, so I decided to do it again. Just because I was so close to doing it last time, just missed the final mark, so I had to go again.
I decided to take part in the Graduate Awards this year, mainly because I saw my mentor do it last year and I saw what he'd done. It really got me excited about the competition.
So the skills test was quite challenging, but fortunate that I've actually had a lot of experience with both butchery and fishmongery, so kind of it's a different environment, but it kind of you just slip back into that mentality of what you're doing, focus on what you're doing, work clean, work organised, etc.
Go for it. I mean, what could you lose? It's the experience nonetheless, and if you have the time, like I did, and other contestants, there's nothing to lose. Just have fun. That's most thing anyways.
Well, what an amazing start. We've got some cracking chefs here this year that have really embraced the pandemic and used it as time to do their practicing. They have been thrown quite a few curveballs today. We've really testing them out with the different things we're doing, but already we're halfway through the day and we've got some cracking scores.
First of all, well done for getting here. Brilliant work. You've all worked tirelessly and professionally. I'm super happy with the standards that everyone's delivered, but you know what, if you didn't make the grade, if you didn't get the points, if you didn't score the necessary marks, come back and do it again next year. You know, next year is going to be even better. You know, next year we're going to have amazing mentor day where we can explore, hopefully, the amazing food, an amazing industry that this country has to offer. So if you didn't get through today, next year is an even better time to enter. So enter again. I think that this has definitely been a tougher year to enter the grads because of everything that's come before. Obviously we had COVID, Brexit, and now we're faced with massive staff challenges. You know, for these guys to get the time out of work has been huge for them, I'm sure. So For me, you know, we all appreciate the amount of effort that they're putting into this, the amount of practice they've had to put in and the time they've put into it. I think it's super important, but it also shows the kind of characters that they are and the kind of chefs that they are. Seen some really good skills, some really good techniques, really focused, really great concentration being shown, and as well working well as a group and as a team. We've seen their development already between here and the semi-finals, so far so good.
Trying to understand, the most stressful part of today was probably trying to understand the classical dish, get it all done and make sure it tasted right.
Making sure every component is there and served on time, because with the classical dish, it's totally unknown. It was like a set mousse, it was a fish mousse. So it was like, make sure the seasoning's perfect, but also the garnishes to go before the main course.
It's been fun, but it's very stressful. I mean, the curveball, the classic dish, it's quite challenging, but very fun. I've never done it before. And I mean, just overall, the whole day has been really enjoyable.
The paper exam honestly gave me flashbacks to college, so that wasn't really too much of a stress.
There's no pressure at the end of the day. It's not an actual competition. I just want you to pass and succeed. So.
Every year we try and progress with this initiative, and we were kind of thinking about how can we help these young chefs once they're here and in the environment. And so we've asked one of our previous graduates, Connor Godfrey, who became a graduate, to come along and be their mentor.
I think after the COVID pandemic, people would have obviously lost a lot of confidence of being in the kitchen. So I think having a mentor in there and being able to support people and just picking up little bits and pieces that the judges might spot, but if I can get in there a little bit earlier, it just helps everyone, you know, achieve the graduate award.
He's also walking around all the time, talking to them, making them feel a bit more comfortable, a bit more relaxed, that they are doing the right thing and not to panic, because whenever you do an exam, you're always sort of watching what other people are doing and think, oh, are they right or am I right? And Connor is that, you know, settling feeling.
My mentor's been brilliant. You know, he's been there every day for me, helps me after work, asking all the questions I've been excited to tell him and ask him about. Yeah, he's been fantastic. A real pleasure to work with.
Yeah, the pressure of the graduate awards, it is a lot, and I've been very, you know, privileged to mentor 4 people through this in the past couple of years. So I know the stresses that they're under. I've done it myself, and I've had the stress of being someone that's been able to mentor them.
During the exam, I felt a lot of anxiety, just because I know that this is the last year I can achieve the graduate award. I did just carry on going through and just didn't stop, and hopefully everything went well.
It's taught me a lot. After not cooking for such a long time, and especially not cooking like this for many years, it's been a really nice way to get back into it.
I think today's industry situation is probably such an important reason why the Graduate Awards are here. We have got to work hard over the next couple of years to get young people into our industry and keep them there. because obviously the pandemic has caused lots of people to re-question where they're going in life, what they're doing, what's important to them. The Graduate Awards is a family. We're a group of people that really encourage these young chefs to improve their education, to actually get them to take the time to practice things and realise that through that they have a fantastic career in front of them with so many opportunities that they can actually embrace, travel the world, eat some of the best food and drink some of the best wine as well.
The biggest thing I've learnt today is genuinely just trust my instincts a little bit more, work a little bit cleaner, resilience to keep on pushing even when things aren't going right. For example, one of my mousses didn't come out nice, had to restart it, but at that moment you just need to keep your cool. So really introspectively looking at yourself and just staying calm is one of the biggest things that I've learnt.
Kind of reflecting upon what I've done and how could I have done better, or if the dish that I did was enough to compare to the other contestants, even though I haven't seen the other dishes. But it was always a risk, I guess, when creating a new dish on the spot.
The dessert, I'll be honest, didn't go too well. There's always going to be a disaster on the day, and the crème caramel didn't set very well. And so that was probably the most stressful part, yeah.
If I was to achieve the Graduate Awards today, it would be a major confidence booster as well as a really nice way to finish off the last 2 years and coming back into the industry.
Anyone entering next year, I'd probably say trying as much as you can, research and just, again, yeah, practice as much as you can.
I'm so inspired by competitions, but particularly the Pastry Graduate Awards, because these skills are fundamental in your future career. You might think they're not sometimes relevant right now, but you will find that learning them now, perfecting them to the best of your ability, under a bit of pressure, having a bit of a competition scenario, will set you in a really good stead for being in the real world. And it's fantastic to see how the young chefs plan, develop, and put their recipes together. All the same recipe, but they all look different. It's brilliant.
Well, I think through lockdown, it was quite hard because as a chef, you always want to be pushing yourself. And I was definitely ready to do a competition this year. So it's been great to get back into it and start working on new stuff for the competition. I've really enjoyed it.
The most stressful part of today was getting things out on time. Our timings are very close together, so it was just keeping on track and pushing it out.
So we're coming into the final stretch of the pastry final exam. A lot of their products have already been presented. We put kind of time constraints in this year to make sure that we're not judging everything at once at the end of the day. It's all about getting that experience to think differently sometimes. If something goes wrong, what am I going to do about it? Am I going to sink or am I going to swim?
Definitely go for it, enter the Graduate Awards, put as much time and effort as you can into it to practice, and you'll do really well.
I want some of these students to want my job, to come into my business and say, one day I'm going to take over from you. Or even every day I want to employ people who are better at my job than I am. And this is how we get there.
It would be amazing if I achieved the Graduate Award today. I think everyone who's done it deserves it, and it'll be such a great opportunity. And just to compete against my peers is amazing, and we've all helped each other, so it's been a great day.
Because it's such a great launch pad for these young chefs at the beginning of their careers. But of course for me it's all about the young pastry chefs. And I know that they're out there, so let's help build up the next generation so that they're better than us, than we were, and make the future that much more sweet.
The Graduate Awards could not happen without our sponsors. You know, every year we go back to them, we talk to them. They're so excited that they're supporting young people. They're so excited that they're part of their career progression. Sponsors really enjoy engaging with young people, and the ones that we've had on board, and you know, believe me, there's probably about 6 of them that have been with me for 19 years now. They're having hard times. They're having cash flow problems. They're having issues, you know, and for them to have carried on being supportive, it's just been amazing, and we could not do this without them.
Oh, I feel amazing. Honestly, I'm shocked because Natasha did so amazing, and it was such high competition. Like it feels amazing to get highest achiever. I can't believe it.
So being a highest achiever and graduating feels amazing. Definitely makes all the sacrifice, and you know, it's definite confidence boost. I didn't think out of 10 people I'd be highest achiever, but yeah, it's a lovely surprise to finish a great day.
We were so pleased this year when we set the entries out for the Graduate Awards 2021. We were very sceptical on how many we would have actually put their names for, because most of them weren't in, either were furloughed or not in employment. But again, we got a really good response, and you know, we managed to get everybody that applied through the first set of exams. In furlough, a lot of young chefs really felt like they had nothing to do, or they, you know, chefs need something constantly, all the time to be working on. They can't sit still. We're not people that can do nothing. And this gave them a purpose, and this gave them a reason to really work at what they were doing. So that, you know, the Graduate Awards are there and there to stay. And just to get in here, next year is our 20th anniversary. We're going to have some big things.